What's going on, everybody? It's Market Monkey Trades here, and I'm gonna go over my $2,083 trade I took today using supply and demand. Before I get into this video, I just want to shout out Market Monkey LLC on Instagram, my Instagram page. I post my live setups for you guys. It's super insightful, and really no other Instagram pages are shouting out these supply and demand setups for you guys live. So definitely give that a follow. So as you can see, the market has been forming this supply zone over the past couple of days here. And on Wednesday, we had that crazy Black Monday as sell-off. So obviously the selling pressure and the bears are super evident. And I knew that I wanted to trade the direction of the market. And what is the direction of the market? Bearish. The supply zones are holding and demand zones are not. So if you can see my charts here, I look at NASDAQ, QQQ, Microsoft, and Apple. Now why the Qs? Because whatever the Qs do, the S&P 500 will have a very similar reaction. And why Microsoft and Apple? Well, they're SPY's biggest holding, and I trade SPY. The S&P 500, which is /ES, that tracks the S&P 500. So we're in a supply zone in Microsoft, Apple, QQQ, and NASDAQ. Now when all those indicators align for me, that gives me confirmation that this supply zone is probably going to have a big reaction. And this is live right now, so as you can see, my trade is working out in the favor that I'm talking about right now. I got short at this supply zone, and here we go. This is a nice big flush for me happening live right now. And we're going to look to take profits at this demand zone. So this is why I wanted to start filming this video live for you guys, because you can make this work if you understand where the supply and demand zones are at and what is happening. Obviously, supply and demand zones are just levels of interest because they don't work out in your direction every time. That is why you need to understand market context, volume, and price action in order to make successful trades. Say yesterday, for instance, I might get long right here at VWAP, thinking we're going to have some crazy big upside momentum, when in reality, it's just going to flush you out right in the end. That's a retail entry and exit. I trade where smart money trades. I trade where hedge funds trades. I trade where institutions trade. That's at supply and demand zones. Why? Because those are the people that's moving the market. Retail traders like you and me are not moving the market. So why trade with them? Right? So if you could take away a couple key things: one, trade the direction of the market; two, only get in and out at supply and demand zones. The price action in between zones is just noise. And three, have a clear entry and exit plan. So where would I have my stop loss? At the high of this supply zone. And what did I tell you guys? I wanted to take profits at this demand zone. So I could be in this trade for another 2 hours, because there's going to be in between noise. There's going to be price action going in waves until we hit this demand zone right here. So as long as you trade like a robot, you trade patiently, and you take your profits where you tell yourself to take the profits at the next zone, then you can become a successful trader. Now I'm going to check back in with you guys once we hit my price target. Alright, what's going on, everybody? I'm checking back in from my trade. I took short up here at around 10 o'clock. We are now all the way down to 3887. I got in around 3920, and it's working out exactly in my favor, how I predicted. I just wanted to check in and re-emphasize my rules here of only entering and exiting at supply and demand zones, because right now, there's no reason for me to sell. Most retail traders would be like, wow, my P&L is up a lot. Um, Big move just happened. I'm going to sell. I want to lock in profits. When in reality, I know price is going to come with demand. And this is all live. May 20th, 10:53. Like, this is all live. And what I'm going to tell you guys is I've been trading supply and demand enough to know that price will come to this demand zone. It might bounce a little bit back up and go in waves, but it will go back down here. Why? Because that's where unfilled orders are sitting at. That's where the key level is at. That's where smart money hedge funds, those are those key levels they are looking to get in at. Price will eventually reach this zone. So I'm not afraid about selling and taking profits, because I'm going to follow my plan and only take profits at the nearest zone. So I'm going to check back in with you guys once we reach around 38.72 and hopefully lock in a very nice trade. All right, everyone. It's been about 5 minutes since that last recording, 5 to 10 minutes. And I'm getting ready to take profits at 38.72. That's the demand zone. That was my price target. This trade has literally worked perfectly, and I'm really glad I've been live recording this to show you guys my thought process, price prediction, and just overall commentary on how supply and demand works. This has been a really beautiful trade, and we're going to let the market breathe a little bit here and then take profits at 38.72. Overall, guys, just the name of the game is really patience and confidence in where price action is going to end up. This is only true with the correct market context. Only trading at supply and demand zones, understanding that all the price action in between is just noise. It's just retail traders waiting for validation within zones, because zones are just levels of interest, and making sure that everything else aligns with your trade. Like Microsoft coming out of his zone, like Apple coming out of his zone, like QQQ is doing the same, or other indicators you might like to use to validate your zones. Okay, so again, just another beautiful trade today. I'm going to check back in with you guys because the market might want to breathe a little bit. Check back in with you guys in a couple minutes when I take all my shares off the table at the high of this demand zone. I will see you guys then. Hey everyone, it's about another 5 minutes later. I'm trying to take profits here, but we actually had a reaction to demand, so I know that the market knows there is demand there, so I'm trying to squeeze it out here. Oh shit. So I just sold 5. That was my remaining 5 on that one. I only have, let's see, I'm in 4 contracts remaining. I might just let these go. I'm up $2,000 on the day. Shit. And really, the only thing I did different today was up my position in terms of share size. Well, contract size, I guess, in this case. Because normally I only buy about 5 contracts. Today I bought 10. But other than that, it's the same old supply and demand trade, classic supply and demand trade, using other indicators that made me gain the certain confidence to take this market short right out the low of supply. Alright, so I have 4 contracts remaining. I'm probably going to hold them until the yearly lows, because we're either going to have a big bounce to the upside or a huge flush to the downside. So I'm probably going to hold them, sell about 2 contracts here, see what happens to the market. And if it flushes, I'll hold 2 contracts. If it bounces, I'm just going to get out of my entire position. So I will check in with you guys once we reach that point. All right, everybody, what a crazy day. So I'm about to get ready to take my last 4 contracts off the table, where I said I was at the yearly lows, 3855. Why? Because I think there's going to be a little retail bounce here. There's going to be a lot of resistance. I saw a lot of buying lots down there. So once it tests that level again, I'm going to sell. And then I might add a position to get short at the yearly lows. That's if QQQ can break its demand, NASDAQ can break its demand. Apple making new yearly lows, which I like. We want to see Microsoft below this demand level. And then I'd probably get short right there if everything was aligning. But I am going to get ready to take profits. We're going to bounce off this yearly low and exit this demand zone. For those reasons, I am out like fucking Shark Tank. And $2,083 on the day. I might add the yearly low for a short position, but other than that, I'm really fucking excited with that trade. Really excited with that trade. I basically predicted the whole move live for you guys. My exit was a little sloppy. I guess I should have got out at 3857, knowing that we probably would have a bounce at 3855, but I don't care about profits right now. That was just a good move. That was a really good move. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed this supply and demand video. This was one of my best days yet. Really insightful video. Basically just a classic supply and demand trade. I just upped my position. So nothing really that exciting.